Halloween tales from my days as a Mormon. Where do we start? Well, when I was in kindergarten, we started going to church in a rental that was an old spooky church next to a graveyard. And we didn't have heated water. And sometimes the bathroom that was attached like in a little trailer attached to the church didn't work. So we were expected to go out and use the two-holer by the cemetery. And there was one year when I had to go particularly bad, and they were for some reason exhuming the graves to reinforce them and putting the coffins out and then building them up and putting the coffins back in these large gaping holes. And I'm expected to go out there by myself during the Halloween party and take a shit like I'm not going to do it on the way out there. And the holes were so big, like you could literally, as a child, fall in them and no one would know. That's Happy Mormon Halloween Memory 1. Well, Devil's Night got to be a really big fear in Michigan because of arson on October 30th and 31st. And so they started having members of the church babysit the buildings, like actually stay there overnight. And I did this a couple times with Jeff and our kids. We'd just camp out in the church. And that was fun, except for my kid. I had one son. We brought books to read and everything, and it was made not fun because of him. That's another memory. Third Halloween memory is of visiting the Stake Center in Great Falls, Montana, where they had the primary room like decorated. I don't know how. It was like nearby the Family History Center. I don't know what non-members thought, but it was like coffins and Frankenstein hands and cobwebs and corpses and blood and black cats all inside the primary room, which I didn't think was appropriate, having never seen anything like that ever in Michigan or in 20 years of serving in primary. But the pièce de résistance was the time when my youth, my two oldest kids, were asked to help babysit the church on Devil's Night. The young men, young women did it. They played laser tag in the church. They played board games on the sacrament table. I heard it was Dungeons and Dragons. And then there was the rumor in one of the towns I lived in Montana that there was a hayride that was held by the Mormons where they'd go around singing Halloween songs to Satan. And that was what I constantly heard, was that Mormons didn't believe in Christmas because we went around with our hay wagon on Halloween Eve singing praises to our Lord Lucifer. When I actually researched the history of Halloween and the Samhain, I don't know, somehow seemed less kooky.